adrenal glands for these Zerglings? No, he didn't. But no, it would have made a huge difference there. I guess it's not all that useful.
So he does not get the fourth, but he does get the third, and now we see a fourth base that is way oversaturated. We see a second that's nearly mined out. He's got about 500 minerals left on most of those, and a main that's almost gone. So he's sitting on about 1.5 bases right now, while his Zerg player is just starting to populate his fourth expansion. His third base is running lower. Second base is a little more spent, and the main's mined out as well. So
I think Crane is feeling good here. He has an observer at the lower right side of Golden's base here. He sees it's not even mining. He just took out the expansion on the far left side. So he's, as far as he's concerned, he's on even bases or maybe just one down against the Zerg player. And he's maxed with the mothership and plenty of stalkers and Archons with decent upgrades. So
yeah, we see that +3 is finished, +2 armor on the way.
And those Zerglings they're pretty. I don't know if they're very useful right now. They might be a waste of supply with these Archons.
This is going to be a great point of engagement for the Zerg player here. These Broodlords over this.
And what can you really do? You can blink up, but they can just run them back like that. He just wasted some storms.
And he neural parasites it.
Ooh,
oh wow! And he uses up the vortex energy, and he's going to target down the mothership.
That is a huge move.
That is big move, man.
If only you can make more than one mothership.
Wow, look at that, and he goes down. We see a lot of those stalkers run that vortex there.
So many Broodlords.
Yep, we do see this warp prism warping in some sentries over here. But that's getting cleaned up. And we do see the big engagement going on this plateau. Blinking under. Oh my gosh.
Huge storms. He's not really targeting down the Broodlords. There's the blink underneath. And like I said, I felt like those Zerglings were really wasted supply, and they really proved to be there. Plenty of Archons left, and a good number of Blink Stalkers. And Golden's forced to retreat here, losing almost all of his Broodlords, which is really expensive. And he's not on that great of an economy. He's even on Harvesters. He's really even on bases, on mining bases at least. And his fourth isn't even that populated. So
nah, even despite taking out that mothership, man, it just too much firepower here out of the Protoss player.
And look at the Zerg and the Protoss bank, they're just dwarfing the economy of the Zerg right now.
Yeah, I mean, we did see that Crane was able to defend these attacks from Golden all game, something that he wasn't able to do in the game before this. Maybe he'll return the favor and drop for Golden this game.
maybe. But he keeps remaking these Lings, and late game versus Protoss, they are just useless against these heavily upgraded Archons. He's got Storm to take them out. I guess they're mineral dumps, but they're almost not worth it even as mineral dumps. You really need something beefier to protect these Broodlords, more Infestors, more Roaches. With no Colossi tech, he could even consider making some Hydras, I would think, but the Zerglings are really not the answer.
And we see more Broodlords on the way, so we can't count the Zerg player out yet. He is at a supply deficit, and the Protoss is continuously banking resources at this point.
And the mothership just popped, so that will be banking energy for a little while. And barring a bad engagement, a bad decision by the Protoss player, he should be able to really just starve the Zerg. It's kind of weird to say when the Zerg has an entire base mining above the Protoss, but
this is a really tiny base.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's only got those two mining at this point, as you pointed out. And
do you think those Templar are worth it for Storms over Archons at this point? He does have 6 Templar. I guess they can feed back the Infestors.
I think feedback, Storm, he's clumping up his Broodlords too. He's not really spreading them out when he engages.
Hey Doom, you might want to put the game on the screen instead of us.
Has it been that way for a while?
I don't think it's been there for too long. You just have a few people telling us.
Oh. Well.
Definitely important.
Yeah, it's definitely an important thing. And thanks for pointing that out, guys.
Deadlift and manlier for that. I don't think our casting skills are good enough to describe the game quite as detailed as we need to for no game on the screen.
Well, I can get pretty vivid with it, so I mean...
just put the game on the screen.
I was wondering why it looked so much clearer all of a sudden. So there must be something with the settings when they get kicked in.
Did you fix it?
Oh, I did fix it, yes. We are now watching the game.
Sorry about that, everyone.
I mean, he's staying in it. We do see the Colossus tech coming finally now, but this is not looking... It's not going to be pretty. Whatever happens, it's not going to be pretty. This is going to be an ugly engagement.
It's going to be a crazy engagement, and I think, regardless of what happens, the main problem here is the bank for the Protoss. He can remax immediately, while this is all the Zerg has. 3 minutes of us being on ourselves, by the way.
That's okay.
Good thing it's an extra long game here, coming up on 30 minutes.
Yeah, we've got a serious engagement going down at the plateau. Broodlord's encroaching. Now this is a lot of posturing. We're seeing a lot of posturing going on. Can he hit the money storms? Are storms even money at this point? When is he going to throw out that vortex?
That was an interesting vortex.
Was that on the Lings?
I don't think it was on anything. Maybe the Lings, but
oh,
that's
wow.
vortex here. And these Broodlords are going to clean this up. They have great positioning. The mothership is taken down. Not that many stalkers left. And he's running over this army.
You do see the blink up, but...
And the macro is kind of failing for our Protoss player here. He only warped in, 6 or 7 stalkers and sent them into a completely lost battle already. He needs to retreat. He needs to, chrono boost his gateways. I see full energy on some of these nexus. Every one of his nexus has full energy, by the way. He really, he has some work to do to catch back up.
Well, we see the stalkers blinking up. We see a lot of Lings and a lot of Broodlings in the mix here. There's a ton of Broodlords still. Carriers on the way.
Is that what he's waiting for? I've seen this switch a lot recently.
I don't know if it's the right switch to make, though. He's just losing his core units here.
I don't know if people are trying to save the carrier from being taken away in Heart of the Swarm, but I've never seen this switch work. I was watching Noni's stream earlier. Did not work. He almost lost the game with it. But without these Archons, the Zerglings are now going to play finally.
Those Broodlings are just en masse. We see 2 full rows of Broodlords here. Oh my gosh. So much damage being dealt out by them.
Both air attack and ground attack is at +3 weapons. So, a lot of damage being done very rapidly.
I think those Broodlings are definitely the money makers right now. They are doing tons of damage, and they're making their presence felt. They're also serving as a buffer, between all of the units here.
And it looks like he's going to go for an emergency last-ditch counterattack, but he saw no base there. He's really stuck now.
Well, he does have a couple of carriers out here, but his 4th and 5th are gone. Look at his income is plummeted.
His carriers have no air upgrades, while Golden has been upgraded his air the whole game to support his Broodlords. So many Corruptors have came into the play here.
Wow, and so the botched engagement where the audience was lucky enough to be staring down me and Swunder right in the face seems to have been the crucial point in this game, but we do see Fungals and Storms going off. There's a lot of damage output here.
That's a lot of Storms, you are right.
That is a lot of Broodlings.
So many Broodlings, I think. Yeah, Crane was definitely in control of his game for a long time. I don't know if he was too timid or just, didn't posture himself quite correctly, but I think that's about it. He's down to 50 supply.
Broodlord's morphing over between his natural and his 3rd.
I don't even know if he's going to cancel him. He did cancel him.
And that bank is gone. You are right.
Yeah.
And these are the winning moments of the game here. Golden not even bothering to take this expansion in the lower right, just trying to finish it out on this. But he's got to be careful. If we look at his income, well, his income's okay.
His bank is low, but his income is good.
It's going to come down to larva management and positioning of units at this point.
You know, in the end, I think Golden's going to take this game.
Well, he's pulling the probes.
Yes.
He's pulling the probes. And anything can happen when those probes
They are quite effective against Blue Lords.
I think we're seeing vindication from the past game when Golden dropped. A little bit of a scare there when the Protoss had that huge army in the middle of the map.
Maybe he felt bad. Maybe I don't know. He had this game though.
He might be kicking himself, but as you can see by the worker supply, the fact that probes are now in the battle, it looks like our GoldenLight player is going to be taking the win here.
I expect a GG any second here, Doom.
Right after these probes kill everything else on the map. And the Spine Chroners have the final say. But he's going to stay in the game, despite the fact that the Brewlords are currently taking out everything. Alright, and there's the GG.
There's the GG. Golden moves on.